Morning, guys. I hope you're having a good day. I want to move on to solving quadratic equations by factoring 1D. I think I mentioned this on the last video, but the only thing different going on here is we're going to see some negatives. We know that negatives tend to make things a little bit harder, so I wanted to give that to you as a separate assignment. I'm going to go ahead and start with number 1, and I'm just doing 2 this time, so make sure you're paying attention to those 2. Let's start with number 1. So again, what's this checklist I've been trying to get you to think about? What kind of equation this is? It's a quadratic equation. What makes it quadratic? The fact that it's x squared and there's no higher power. It's an equation because it has an equal sign, and just like on the last assignment, we have a little problem, and that's that 6x. And the problem with it, 6x, is it's not equal to 0. And we want to be able to use our zero product property, so we first need to make that side equal to 0. Well, to get rid of positive 6x, I'm going to subtract 6x. That's not new. And I'm going to put that underneath the 10x, so it's minus 6x here. Let's bring everything down. 3x squared did not change. 10 minus 6 is 4, so I have 4x here. And then that minus 4 comes down, and this is all equal to 0, which is what I really wanted. Now again, for a lot of you, you can probably stop watching this video right now because you know how to do the rest of this. It's just factoring in the zero product property. But if you want to see the whole thing, I'm going to go ahead and do that anyway. Let me make a little room to the side. I do want to remember A is 3, B is 4, and we do use that, we use the new numbers in the new equation. C is negative 4. In my x, what do I have? Well, a times c at the top is negative 12. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. On the bottom, I have number 4. And we have to think about this a little bit. Since the top number is negative, we know that for the two side numbers, one needs to be positive, one's going to be negative. So let's just think of pairs that work for that. Negative 12 times positive 1 would work for the top, but that would give me negative 11 on the bottom, which doesn't work. 6 and 2, if one of those were negative, that could work. Well, I think I said this already, but since the bottom's positive, the bigger number is probably positive, or actually has to be positive. So let's try positive 6 and negative 2 and see if that works. Positive 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. That's true. 6 plus negative 2 is also 4. So those are the numbers that work. So we're now ready for our box. What goes in the box? Well, the 3x squared, the x squared term always goes on the top left. On the bottom right, we have that number by itself, negative 4. And then on the sides, I get 6x from here, and that negative 2 becomes negative 2x. All right, now we need to figure out the outsides of our box. What are they going to be? To make 3x squared, it's probably going to be 3x times x. Well, if I put the 3x on top, that actually works out really nicely because I can very easily turn 3x into 6x. That means that the regular x is over here. And let's just finish off our sides. 3x times what is 6x? 3x times positive 2. X times what is negative 2x? Well, negative 2. So in my factored form, and I'm going to write this on the side to give me a little bit more room, I end up with x plus 2 from the side and 3x minus 2 from the top. And that is now equal to 0, which is what I wanted. So now that it is equal to 0, we're just going to use the zero product property. X plus 2 equals 0, and 3x minus 2 equals 0. If I subtract 2 on this side, I get my first answer right away. X equals negative 2. Over here, I need 2 steps. I'm going to start by adding 2 to both sides. 3x equals positive 2. And then when I divide by 3 here, I get x equals a fraction 2 over 3. And that is solved. Remember, what does solve mean? It means you gotta tell me what x is. Well, do I know what x is here? I certainly do. X equals 2/3 and it equals negative 2. And you can already, on this screen, you can see all the work on one screen, so I thought that may be a little bit helpful. All right, hopefully your writing's a little smaller than mine, so it doesn't get in the way of problem 3 and 4 like I did here. But again, if you're keeping up with the factoring, this should all be pretty easy. Okay, thank you guys.